Memphis and the Warriors are tied for the #2 seed. Utah creeping up behind them, only 2.5 games behind Golden State. Saddle up. Things are getting tight with 18 games remaining. And for more on the Warriors and so much more, we welcome in Adam Copeland from KNBR, the new driver of the afternoon show, 2 to 6, Tolbert and Copes. And Adam, it's been a long time coming, man. I know you started off at the bottom of the totem pole over at KNBR. I remember back in the day, you were telling me you had a separate job. In between, you had a few hours. You needed to get some sleep. You couldn't go home, so you just hop on a BART and ride around in circles for hours?
Yeah, I don't know if that was like a routine thing or like a habit, but I did do that a couple of times when I was grinding early shifts in the morning and then again late at night. But no, man, it's been a fun first week and excited to get going this week.
So let's start with the Golden State Warriors. Let's say Draymond comes back, Wiseman's healthy, and let's say Draymond comes back and is back to form. The back's feeling okay. He's good to go. How many times am I going to fit back in there in a 5-second sentence? Wiseman comes back too. Clay starts heating up a little bit. Does this team have the ingredients to win a championship, or is it just not happening?
I think they do. I thought higher of them earlier this season. With Draymond, I think if he comes back and he's healthy, I think you just plug and play. There's no real concern there. I'm at the point where I'm sort of resigned to them being the 3. I think Memphis has come too hot and heavy here at the back end of the year. And also with the James Wiseman situation, I'm not confident enough in his lack of playing time this season that you're going to plug him in and he's going to make an immediate impact in the postseason. I think if he gets healthy enough to play some games at the end of the year, he'll be a nice sort of hedge for Kevon Looney, who clearly needed the All-Star break to come, who has been banged up and really the only center on the roster for the duration of this season. So I think if those guys come back, yeah, it gives you a better opportunity, but there's so much parity in the NBA right now. There's like 5 or 6 teams it feels like could get hot. I know betting-wise, the Brooklyn Nets are still a team that Vegas thinks has a shot, and they're down in the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. So I think there's a lot of parity, but I do think the Warriors have the ingredients.
Yeah, I mean, the question is right now, can this team, win multiple playoff series? You look at a team like Dallas, who's obviously given them fits, taking 3 of 4. Phoenix has some mismatches for them. I mean, the list goes on and on. Utah's not an easy team to beat. So we're not just talking getting to the finals, winning the finals anymore. And if they get there, if the Bucks are sitting there, how are they going to stop Giannis? It just seems like with their interior right now, how are they going to stop some of these teams? You absolutely nailed it.
And when you get to the playoffs, teams shrink down their rotations. You play with smaller players oftentimes, and I think the Warriors are built to do that. But you mentioned teams that they could have to play on their way to a Western Conference final or to an NBA final. And if they dip into that 4 spot, like if Utah catches them, and I'm not sure they will, if they dip into that 4 spot, you could potentially look at a series against the Phoenix Suns in the second round, and that's not something you want to have to do.
All right, let's transition over to America's pastime. Hey, me and you, we got a Cubs game to attend on April 23rd. What are the chances we're going to Wrigley and you're seeing that fine venue for the first time?
It's getting dicey. It depends on if baseball decides they're going to sort of arbitrarily cancel more series. I still think there's a way they make up those games they canceled the first 2 series of the season, which, by the way, played out sort of in the Giants' favor. If they don't have to play those games, that was a series against San Diego and a series against Milwaukee, whereas the Dodgers were going to play the Rockies and the Diamondbacks. So they end up canceling those games for good. Pretty good move for the Giants.
Hey, when Shop opens back up, it is going to be absolute chaos. I mean, where's Chris Bryant playing? Nick Castellanos is no longer a Red. Where is he going to be playing? Could he be playing in the Bay Area? What do you think this team looks like if and when we have an opening day?
Yeah, I think something that we haven't paid that much attention to yet because we haven't gotten the real start of baseball season is the Giants are not just going to be missing Buster Posey behind the plate. They're going to be missing what he did in the lineup last year. And so they're definitely going to need to add somebody, probably a corner outfield back if they decide to stick with Darren Ruff as the DH. Saya Suzuki, the Japanese player, has been tied to the Giants all offseason long. Maybe that's somebody they make a run at, but it would be an unproven commodity. Nick Castellanos, depending on what the market value is, he'd be a perfect fit, I think, here. A guy who has displayed power at Oracle Park in the past. You plug him right in, he can play damn near every day.
We are both big baseball guys. All I want to see is Logan Webb pitching this summer. So please, just get it here. And let's get it here soon. Hopefully we can start by the beginning of May. Let's transition over to football. Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo. When and where is Garoppolo going in your belief? And then a 2-part question. Let's load it up. Trey Lance, is he ready to go? What do you think about Trey?
Well, the Niners will tell you that Trey's exactly who they thought he was going to be, which, I mean, I don't know. He didn't play that many games in college. I think the ability is exciting. The potential for him is exciting and tantalizing. I think the second start that he made last year when he got the win over Houston, there were clearly some advancements, some changes in his throwing style. As far as Jimmy goes, I was sort of surprised to hear he was going to have shoulder surgery last week because that thumb injury was clearly the worst injury at the back end of the postseason. For them to say they don't think it's going to affect trade value is a little bit ridiculous because he's not going to throw until July. So anybody that picks him up, Pittsburgh wants him, maybe New Orleans, Tampa Bay a spot. I think Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh are probably the two up there. Washington's also on the table. But it's got to be, in my mind, if you think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to change your franchise, it needs to be a team that's ready to compete. Pittsburgh was a playoff team. So was Tampa. It'd probably be nice soft landing spots for them.
That is Adam Copeland, the new host of Tolbert and Copes, co-host, that is, 2 to 6. You can catch it on KNBR. Adam, thanks so much for your time, man. Talk soon.
Catch you later, man.